United States Air Force Honor Guard Manual, dated 15 October 2018. Chapter 1, Dress and Appearance. Paragraph 1.1, Basic Philosophy. The ceremonial guardsman is an individual of good reputation, having integrity, ethical conduct, and exhibiting standards which merit respect, responsible for protecting and overseeing the maintenance of high standards on and off duty. The cornerstone to this reputation is outstanding dress and appearance. Honor Guard personnel must exceed the Air Force standards and present a flawless image to the public. There will be numerous occasions in which the only interaction one may have with the U.S. Air Force is with a base honor guard. We must ensure that this interaction is positive. The task of representing every member, past and present, is an honor that few perform. The image portrayed by members of the Honor Guard must be one of that instills confidence and pride in our service and country. A base honor guard is an icon of excellence. We represent the U.S. Air Force to the American public and the world. We do not represent ourselves, and as such, name tags are never worn as part of any ceremonial uniform combination. Nameless and selfless service is the mantra lived by all Air Force Honor Guards. The intent and vision is for all ceremonial guardsmen, regardless of location, to meet the same standards of dress and appearance. The ceremonial uniform was created so that all honor guards wear the same standardized uniform. Base honor guard may utilize a modified standard service dress uniform, should fiscal responsibilities not allow for the purchase of a ceremonial uniform. Ceremonial uniforms and modified standard service dress uniforms will not be mixed in any format for ceremonial use. Paragraph 1.2, Enforceability. Base Honor Guard personnel will adhere to all dress and appearance standards and guidance outlined in this manual. Paragraph 1.3, Grooming Standards. Base Honor Guard personnel will adhere to the standards in AFI 36-2903, in addition to the following modifications. Paragraph 1.4, Females. Hairpieces are not authorized unless approved by medical personnel for disfiguration or baldness and must conform to the same standards as stipulated herein for natural hair. Long hair will be put into a bun at the nape of the neck, and the wear of a hairnet is optional. The hairnet and ponytail holder will be of the same color as the hair. Fabric, scrunchies, are not authorized. Hair must be cut and or styled as often as necessary in order to conform to these standards. Hair will not restrict the proper wear of the ceremonial hat, i.e. bulky styles, with the exception of the guidelines outlined in this manual. All hair specifications covered in AFI 36-2903 apply. Paragraph 1.5, Males. Sideburns are prohibited. The length of hair is prescribed as follows. The hair will be neatly trimmed and cut close around the back and sides of the head at all times, graduating to no more than half an inch where the hair lays behind the hatband. Hair above the hatband will not exceed 1¼ inch in bulk. Male personnel assigned to the Base Honor Guard will have a fresh haircut as often as necessary in order to maintain a neat and clean-cut appearance. Neck and body hair will not protrude from the collar of the short or long-sleeve blue shirt or the ceremonial white shirt. Base Honor Guard personnel will be inspected at every formation to ensure standards are being met. Hair will not be bleached or dyed any unnatural color. Paragraph 1.6, Facial hair. It is recommended that all personnel be clean-shaven. However, If a mustache is to be worn, it must present a professional image and conform to the standards outlined in AFI 36-2903. Individuals receiving temporary shaving waivers will not be used on ceremonial commitments unless the waiver specifically states that the specified individual can shave every other day in order to perform ceremonies. Paragraph 1.7. Fingernails. Fingernails will be neatly trimmed to no longer than a 1/4 inch, natural or artificial, and clean at all times. Members will ensure fingernails are maintained in accordance with these guidelines as not to impede mission accomplishment, i.e., proper fit of gloves, performing flag folds, firing during military honors, etc. Ornamentation of fingernails while in uniform is strictly prohibited. Nail polish of any color is not authorized. Exception: French-style manicures with white tips and clear nail polish. Paragraph 1.8. Tattoos and brands. All honor guard personnel must refrain from acquiring body art that may become exposed during ceremonies or public events. In addition, tattoos and brands will not be visible through the uniform. If the tattoo and brand has the potential of being exposed during ceremonial duties, the member will ensure it is covered by a sleeve or with a bandage or wrap that is close to the skin. Paragraph 1.9. Cosmetics. Male airmen are not authorized to wear cosmetics. Female airmen may wear cosmetics. If makeup is worn, it must be conservative and natural. No red or bright lipstick should be worn while in this ceremonial uniform. Excessive or bright cosmetics and lipstick draws attention to the individual and can detract from the ceremony. Paragraph 1.10. Tobacco and alcohol use in uniform. The purchase and use of tobacco and alcohol products is prohibited at all times while in the ceremonial uniform. Tobacco products include cigarettes, dip, vape, etc. Tobacco use in Air Force is outlined in AFI 40-102. Paragraph 1.11. Hearing protection. When hearing protection is required to be worn in the ceremonial uniform, all members in the formation must wear the same style and color of earplugs. Paragraph 1.12. Wear of jewelry. Members will not wear rings, watches, or jewelry of any kind in the ceremonial uniform. All combinations to include the lightweight jacket. However, there are some exceptions. If married, members are authorized to wear their wedding ring and band. Females will not wear earrings while in the ceremonial uniform. Watches are only authorized for key leaders that require them during ceremonies, i.e. the OIC or the NCOIC. Care should be taken to only wear a watch if it is absolutely necessary. If worn, the watch will be placed on the left arm only to prevent it from being seen during a hand salute. Only solid black or silver, small conservative watches will be worn to conform to the uniform accoutrements and not distract from the ceremony. Chapter 2. Appropriate wear of ceremonial uniform items. Paragraph 2.1. Ceremonial cap. Ceremonial caps will be clean, serviceable, string and wrinkle-free, with the top taut and flat. The chrome buckle of the functional chin strap is worn on the right side of the hat when viewed from the rear. To position the functional chin strap, unscrew the 2 chrome buttons holding the chin strap into position. Reverse the chin strap so that the strap buckle is to the right of center when viewed from the rear. Secure the functional chin strap into the up position. The pointed tip of the chin strap will always be folded under the keeper to create a flat edge. The hook will be positioned down with the chin strap parallel to the ground and supporting the chin strap. The hook will remain visible. If the hook should become worn and is no longer black in color, individuals will color the hook black using a black marker or Honor Guard issued black high gloss edge dressing. The patent leather bill and chin strap will be spotless, free of cracks and other malformations at all times. The cap is worn squarely on the head so that the flat bottom part of the hat is parallel to the ground. There will be no gaps on either side of the head and no hair protruding in the front. There must be enough space between the bill of the cap and the bridge, top of the nose to place the wearer's index and middle fingers together. Shape the hat to conform to head. Do not excessively shape the bill of the cap. A properly formed bill will have a curved appearance. The chin strap is a functional item and will be worn in the down position only when inclement weather, i.e. strong winds, or mission, i.e. colors and flight line cordon, etc., dictates it. When the chin strap is worn in the down position, it will be adjusted to fit under the front of the chin firmly, but not tight enough to cause the head protrude at the top of the hat. The hook will be tuned upright when the chin strap is utilized. Note, at all other times the chin strap will remain in the up position. Service cap insignia. Honor Guard officers will wear the chrome coat of arms service cap insignia on the ceremonial cap. Enlisted personnel will wear the chrome wing and star insignia, Hap Arnold device. The screw-in buttons on the sides of the cap will be worn with the wings of the design pointing to the sky. Do not glue buttons in place. The front chin strap, silver braid, will be worn flush, grounded to the bill and free of strings. The tips of the adjustable braid will be hot glued down. No silicone will be applied. Paragraph 2.2. Ceremonial Blouse. Iron the lapels of the blouse down to enable all three buttons of the blouse to be displayed. Always iron with an ironing cloth or iron cover to prevent iron markings, burns, shine, etc. Officers will wear the open-end loop aiguilette under the epaulette, and enlisted personnel will wear the closed-end loop aiguilette. Both officers and enlisted will have the aiguilette grounded to the left shoulder seam. Ensure that the factory safety pin is removed and the aiguilette lays flush on the coat. The aiguilette must be secured on the inside of the garment with at least 5 to 7, or as many as required, safety pins at the front and rear of the seam. The aiguilette must not appear bunched. The knot will be positioned and grounded to the aiguilette so the wing and star design on the ornament faces forward. The knot will be pinned or threaded to the aiguilette, none of which should be visible. Replace the chrome tip of the aiguilette if it becomes chipped. All accoutrements, to include ribbons, occupational badges, U.S. insignias, and the base Honor Guard badge, will be worn on the ceremonial blouse in accordance with AFI 36-2903. Full-size medals are not authorized. Paragraph 2.3. Ceremonial Blues Shirt. Blue shirt will be clean, wrinkle, and string-free. Blue shirts will be tucked and properly bloused at all times, excluding princess-cut female shirts. Shirt garters are a mandatory item. No accoutrements except chevrons will be worn on the shirt when wearing the ceremonial coat, the overcoat, and the all-weather coat, raincoat. Short or long-sleeve blue shirt must be worn. Note: if wearing long-sleeve blue shirt, the sleeves should not be visible at any time. The standard Air Force herringbow tie will be worn with a double Windsor knot. There will be no visible dimple in the knot. Clip-on ties do not present a ceremonial image and will not be worn. Males will wear an Air Force tie bar and will ensure that it is not visible while wearing the ceremonial blouse. Females will wear the Air Force tie tab. Paragraph 2.4. Ceremonial belt and back belt. The ceremonial belt and back belt are worn when it is practical and pertinent to the ceremony. Wear the ceremonial belt when the member does not do an excessive amount of moving, i.e., marching in parades. Awards bearers, flower bearers, OIC, NCOIC, OIC, NCOIC for MFH will not be bloused. Color teams, personal colors, bearer, NFP, etc. will wear the ceremonial belt. Enlisted personnel will wear the belt with the Hap Arnold. Officers will wear the belt with the officer insignia on the buckle. Pallbearers and firing party, with the exception of NFP, do not wear the ceremonial belt. The ceremonial belt will be worn between the second and third button, counting downward, of the ceremonial blouse. On the raincoat, wear the belt between the second and third button, counting downward, above pockets. On the overcoat, wear belt between the first and second button, counting downwards, above the pockets. The black belt will be worn underneath the ceremonial blouse, overcoat, or raincoat to reduce excess material from bulging around the ceremonial belt on the outside of the uniform. Any loose ends of the belt will be taped with black electrical tape. The chrome keepers will be situated 1 inch from either side of the buckle. The back of the keepers will be pinched to prevent movement. The 2 aluminum tension rods will each be replaced with 3-inch sections of wire hangers to prevent the belt from loosening. Blousing is at least a 2-person task. 3 people can provide an even tighter blouse. Adjust the ceremonial belt to fit very tightly around the waist. The blouse holds the belt in the approximate position where the belt fastens, with some slack being provided for the blouser's hands. The blouser positions the hands along 2 side seams on the back of the blouse, raincoat, or overcoat. The blouser pulls the excess material from the front of the uniform and folds it underneath the 2 seams on the side in a forward position. When bloused, the entire uniform appears neat, wrinkle-free, and without bunching. The blousee then fastens the belt in front. The blouser rechecks the ceremonial belt and places the 2 keepers 1 inch, approximately a thumb's width, from the chrome belt buckle on both sides of the buckle. Paragraph 2.5. Ceremonial trousers, slacks. Always use an cloth iron cover when ironing. Ceremonial trousers will be neat, serviceable, ironed, and wrinkle and string free. The trouser length will extend to 1 inch below the rear of the shoe top and have a slight break in the front crease. All male personnel will wear a standard blue belt with chrome buckle. Honor Guard personnel are authorized to wear blue suspenders with the trousers. Creases will be sewn in the front and back of the trousers. Front pockets will be sewn down. No bulky items, i.e. keys, wallets, etc., may be placed in either rear pocket at any time. The rear left pocket will be buttoned at all times. When sitting down in ceremonial trousers and slacks, all personnel will roll the excess material located under the knees into a cup-like fold to prevent wrinkling. Paragraph 2.6. Ceremonial shoes. Ceremonial shoes will be clean, shined, and edge-dressed at all times. Since patent leather and pororamic imitation leather are easily marred, shoes should not only be dusted or cleaned with a clean, soft cotton cloth and furniture polish, glass cleaner, or pororamic cleaner. Use edge dressing to include the welts. Note: Base Honor Guard personnel are authorized single and double-soled shoes with metal taps and cheaters. Not triple-soled, the soles and heels are not to exceed 9/16 of an inch and 1 5/16 of an inch, respectively. Shoelaces must be tucked into the ceremonial shoes at all times. Paragraph 2.7 Ceremonial Gloves. Gloves will be white, tight-fitting, and stain-free unless wearing cold weather gear, black gloves in inclement weather conditions. Worn with the end of the glove folded under, providing a neat appearance. While performing an active duty funeral, white silicone gloves or gloves with grip material will be worn by firing party personnel except the NFP. If it is raining, silicone gloves should not be worn. Note: pallbearers will never wear silicone gloves while holding or folding a flag. While performing a standard honor funeral, white silicone gloves or gloves with grip-like material should be worn by firing party personnel, except the NFP. If the gloves do not have any grip-like material to allow the member to grip the weapon securely, then do not wear gloves while firing. If it is raining, silicone gloves should not be worn. In accordance with AFI 36-2903, white gloves are not authorized to be worn with any Air Force Blues combinations or the Airman Battle Uniform. Paragraph 2.8 All-Weather Coat. Raincoat. The all-weather coat will be 65% polyester and 35% cotton, wrinkle-free, and a crease will not be in the underlying layer of the lapel. All buttons will be buttoned, to include the top button, flaps up. The belt loops are removed from the coat for blousing purposes, and Scotch guard may be applied prior to use. Note: only if purchased by the honor guard. A safety pin will be used to secure the split located on the bottom rear side of the coat. The safety pin is placed in a manner that cannot be seen. It will be located halfway up the split in the back of the coat. Officers will center the metal rank insignia 5/8 of an inch from the end of the epaulette. Enlisted personnel will wear the metal rank insignia on the collar. Secure the metal rank insignia 1 inch up from the bottom collar and parallel to the outer edge in accordance with AFI 36-2903. Paragraph 2.9 Ceremonial Overcoat. The coat is wrinkle-free and the lapels will be folded and ironed flat as they lay naturally when the coat is buttoned. Lapels will be pinned down from the inside of the coat and the safety pin will not be visible. Note: ensure no pin is visible when worn. The belt and belt loops are removed from the coat for blousing purposes and Scotch guard may be applied prior to use. Note: only if purchased by the honor guard. Remove the cuff wrist straps. The coat will have the 3/4 inch silver braid sewn 3 inches from the bottom of sleeve. A safety pin will be used to secure the split located on the bottom and rear side of the coat. The safety pin is placed in a manner that cannot be seen. It will be located halfway up the split on the back of the coat. The coat should have 6 1 1/8 inch silver buttons affixed on the overcoat, displaying the Hap Arnold with wingtips button up. Buttons will be secured with large safety pins. The base honor guard arc will be placed 1/2 inch down from the left shoulder seam, centered and parallel to the ground, as worn. Note: the arc must be the 3 1/4 and 1 inch wide to ensure base honor guard uniformity. Officers will wear the open end loop aiguillette under the epaulette, while enlisted personnel will wear the closed end loop aiguillette. Both officers and enlisted personnel will have the aiguillette grounded to the left shoulder seam. Ensure that the factory safety pin is removed and aiguillette lays flush on the coat. The aiguillette must be secured on the inside of the garment with at least 5 to 7, or as many as required, safety pins at the front and rear end of the seam. The aiguillette must not appear bunched. The chrome tip of the aiguillette must be replaced if the chrome becomes chipped. The knot will be positioned and grounded to the agulette so the wing and star design on the ornament faces forward. The knot will be pinned or threaded to the agulette, none of which should be visible. Note: safety pins must not be visible from behind the agulette. Officers will center the metal rank insignia 5/8 of an inch from the end of the epaulette. Enlisted personnel will adhere to the following. NCOs will wear chevrons. Airmen will wear metal rank in accordance with AFI 36-2903. Overcoats are recommended when temperatures are below 45 degrees. Paragraph 2.10. Black scarf. Scarves must be clean, serviceable, wrinkle, and string-free, and taped on the underside as to give a flat appearance when worn. The scarf is authorized for wear with the ceremonial overcoat, all-weather coat, and ceremonial lightweight blue jacket. All ceremonial guardsmen must tape the scarf. No exceptions. Scarf is worn with the wearer's left over right when crossing over the chest, and the open ends points toward the ground. Safety pins will be attached to the ends of the scarf, and one standard blousing strap will be used to secure the scarf in place around the wearer's back. Note: if black belt is worn, ensure that it is worn on top of the scarf. The scarf is worn with the overcoat or all-weather coat and black gloves only. Scarves are recommended when temperatures are below 45 degrees. Paragraph 2.11. Blue winter cap, or the bunny cap. The blue winter cap will be neat, clean, and wrinkle and string free. The blue winter cap is only worn with the ceremonial overcoat. The Hap Arnold device will be worn on the front of the cap, secured by placing the screw through the pre-made hole and fastening the screws cap tightly from the rear. Officers will wear the officer service cap insignia on the blue winter cap. The cap will always be worn with the ear flaps down and chin securely strapped under the jaw and chin. Secure excess strap by routing it back through the length adjuster. Do not cut the excess strap. Paragraph 2.12. Black earmuffs. Black earmuffs must be clean and lint-free. Black earmuffs are worn with the overcoat or all-weather coat only. For standardization purposes, all base honor guard personnel must wear the same style earmuff. For instance, the entire United States Air Force Honor Guard wears the Tech Fleece type. See Chapter 16 for ordering information. Logos located on any part of purchased items must be colored in with a permanent black marker, or the logo tag must be completely removed. Paragraph 2.13. Ceremonial lightweight blue jacket. The lightweight jacket will be clean and wrinkle-free as well as string-free. Always wear the lightweight blue jacket during transit to and from a ceremony, as well as when training away from the honor guard. Do not train in the ceremonial blouse. Any lightweight jacket containing the base honor guard arc will be worn with the ceremonial trousers. This lightweight jacket will not be worn with any regular blues combinations. Note: the ceremonial trousers with blue shirt is not an authorized uniform combination. You must wear the lightweight blue jacket over the blue shirt. Officers will center the metal rank insignia 5/8 of an inch from the end of the epaulette. Enlisted personnel will wear chevrons in accordance with AFI 36-2903. When wearing the lightweight jacket, ensure the elastic waistband is rolled underneath. This creates a more professional appearance. The jacket will be zipped to bottom of the tie knot with the zipper tucked in neatly. Females will wear the lightweight jacket zipped to the top of the first exposed button. Paragraph 2.14. Rain cap cover. Whenever you wear the raincoat for a ceremony, you must wear the rain cap cover on the ceremonial cap. The ceremonial hat emblem is not displayed on the outside of the rain cap cover. It will remain under the rain cap cover. Do not place any holes in the rain cap cover. The rain cap cover will only be worn in inclement weather. Rain cap covers will be in serviceable condition and placed on the ceremonial cap in a manner that permits coverage of the entire top of the hat and the entire wing and star or officer's service cap insignia devices. The elastic band of the cover will rest against the seam where the top of the hat and the hat band meet. This will be done when coming to, from, and between ceremonies. Roll the rain cap cover underneath the back edge of the ceremonial hat to produce a snug fit and neat appearance. The cover may be rolled slightly to ensure a taut and snug and wrinkle-free appearance on the top. Fabric protector spray will be applied to the rain cap cover. The rain cap cover will be standard Air Force shade 1620. Paragraph 2.15. Badges. The Base Honor Guard badge is a unit identifier for a member of the Base Honor Guard team. Each base should implement criteria for awarding the Base Honor Guard badge. For example, awarding the badge upon completion of a 1-week course conducted by the Base Honor Guard. It is a duty badge and must be worn as such. Each team member must earn their badge before performing in a ceremony. Former members, no longer assigned to the Base Honor Guard, are not authorized to wear the badge. If a team operates on a rotation system, members off rotation but still assigned to the Base Honor Guard are considered current members. If the white in the badge begins to yellow, it is considered unserviceable and must be replaced. Badges will be worn in accordance with AFI 36-2903 and may be worn on the service dress coat and mess dress jacket. Males will wear the badge on the left side, 1.5 inch down from the top of the welt of the pocket under the ribbons and centered, unless they have a primary duty badge, i.e., security forces, missile, firefighter, etc. In this case, the wearer should wear the ceremonial badge on the right side in the same relative position as the badge on the left. Females will wear badge on the right side with the bottom part of the badge in line with the top of the belt pocket and centered where the name tag would be if worn in service dress. If another primary duty badge is worn on the right side, then the second badge will be centered and spaced 1/2 inch apart from the first badge. Note: if members possess additional duty badges, ensure that they are following the guidance listed in AFI 36-2903. Members assigned to a funded or unfunded Base Honor Guard program manager position are authorized to only wear mandatory, occupational, and Base Honor Guard badges. Badges such as the Security Forces or Fire Protection Badge will not be worn by the Base Honor Guard program manager when not performing in an official duty capacity in those career fields. Follow AFI 36-2903. Paragraph 2.16. ABUs and OCPs. ABUs and OCPs will be worn in accordance with AFI 36-2903. Paragraph 2.17. Boots. Each boot will maintain a clean and serviceable appearance. The boots will be laced to the top with the excess shoelace tucked neatly and securely inside the boot. Do not wrap laces around the top of the boot. The socks must be long enough so that no skin is visible when in the seated position. Note: Base Honor Guard managers should develop guidance for authorizations to wear black boots with the ceremonial uniform in conditions of inclement weather. Boots will be laced to the top and have excess laces tucked neatly and securely inside the boot. Do not wrap laces around the top of the boot. Ceremonial trousers will be worn as with the ceremonial shoes and not be bloused. Boots will be shined, polished, and edge-dressed at all times. Eyeglass dyes, blusters, paints, artificial liquids, and similar products will not be used in lieu of shoe polish, as it renders the boot unserviceable and does not allow for the repair of defects. Base Honor Guard members are authorized to wear cheaters on boots only while attached to the Base Honor Guard program in official duty capacity. However, it is recommended that members refrain from applying cheaters to their boots, as the holes left upon removal of the cheater renders the boot unserviceable. Paragraph 2.18. Weapon slings. The white and black sling will be clean, serviceable, and free of strings. White slings will be used when performing with white gloves. Black slings with black gloves. The sling will have a 4-inch distance between the hook and buckle, and between the buckle and keeper. This distance will place the keeper directly over the trigger. When secured to weapon, the excess material may be taped flush to the sling. White tape will be used on white slings, black tape on black slings. Slings will be cut to size to fit the weapon, and the chrome tip is mandatory and must be in serviceable condition. Note: use caution when sizing. Slings may shrink when washed. Paragraph 2.19. Overall appearance for ceremonial uniform. The ceremonial uniform will be clean, wrinkle, and string-free. Will only be worn to, from, and on official ceremonies. When necessary, the uniform may be worn during short convenience stops, such as coming to or from work, and when stopping to pick up children, get gas, or to get lunch before and after official ceremonies. Change out of the ceremonial uniform at the first opportunity following every ceremony. No jewelry is worn with the ceremonial uniform, i.e., earrings, bracelets, and watches. However, the OIC and NCOIC may wear a watch to conduct time checks. If worn, will be on the left wrist so as not to be visible during present arms. Name tags, wallets, cell phones, and sunglasses will not be worn with the ceremonial uniform. Sunglasses, to include photosensitive lenses, are only permitted in the ceremonial uniform while driving to and from the ceremony. Wedding rings are optional. Members should make every effort to refrain from wearing prescription eyewear during ceremonies. At no time is it acceptable to purchase and or consume tobacco, alcohol products, or inappropriate material while in the ceremonial uniform. Females, if makeup is worn, it must be conservative and natural. No red or bright lipstick should be worn while in the ceremonial uniform. No colored nail polish is authorized while in the ceremonial uniform. Only white-tipped French manicure or clear polish is acceptable. Long hair must be pulled back, and a bun and hairnets of a natural color are optional. If hair is short, it must be pinned back from the face behind the ears, not to protrude from the ceremonial hat. Hair will not restrict the proper wear of the ceremonial hat, i.e., bulky styles. With the exception of the guidelines outlined in this manual, all hair-specific guidance covered in AFI 36-2903 applies. If any clothing, gloves, flags, flag stands, flag harnesses, etc. are needed, find help locating optional vendors in Chapter 16, the Base Honor Guard Supply Listing. Paragraph 2.20. Informal uniform. Members of the Base Honor Guard are authorized to wear an informal uniform in accordance with guidance outlined in AFI 36-2903 and is worn only during official travel. Personal grooming and accessory standards apply while wearing an informal uniform. This concludes the narration of United States Air Force Honor Guard Manual, dated 15 October 2018. Thank you for listening to Defense Documents Narrated.